Hello again from my front porch. It is July 4th. Woohoo! And in fact, some of my neighbors are celebrating with fireworks, little explosions. You may hear a few of them popping on and off as we proceed through this episode. Oh well, it happens. Now I say I don't mean to be dismissive because I know there are people. In fact, my bestie Tara, who is one of them, who really do not like fireworks at all. Either because of emotional anxiety issues, or in her case, PTSD issues, because she is a naval veteran and it just see. Kind of sounds like you're in a shooting range. Hopefully not. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about here, though, today is this July 4th seems really poignant to me. Because, the July 4th, the reason we celebrate it is because July 4th, 1776, is when the Declaration of Independence was ratified. The Declaration of Independence being the document that the Second Continental Congress drafted to send off to King George and the ruling parties in England to say, we've had enough. We don't want any more of your nonsense here, and we are declaring ourselves independent. And in doing so, they included a laundry list of the things that they accused King George of having done. That's the bulk of what the Declaration of Independence is. But there are some phrases and there is some wording in there that have come to become quite significant and foundational in terms of how we as Americans form our philosophy as a society and even our government and other countries around the world impacted by statements in there as well. But there's one statement, the second sentence of the document, that really tends to stand out the most. That we hold these truths to be... There they go again. That's not what's in the Declaration, although they kind of celebrated for that, I guess. It's kind of appropriate to be talking about the Declaration because, it led to the Revolution and that brought up all that. Yeah. Anyway, but it said the Declaration, the line from the Declaration of Independence says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, a lot has been made out of those, and people try to slice and dice the terms and extrapolate and stretch them to mean what they want them to mean, or use them to denounce stuff they don't agree with, whatever. But what I really want to look at just for a moment is that beginning part of it. We hold these truths to be self-evident, meaning we believe that what we're about to say is the absolute truth, and it shouldn't need to be explained. That's what we hold these truths to be self-evident. That's what they're saying. We believe that what we're about to say is true, and we shouldn't have to explain it. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Now, granted, it doesn't say all people because it is written in a day and age where men was used either to refer just to men, human men, the gender men, or men being used in a broad generic sense, as we saw a lot. You see mankind as opposed to humanity and all that. We now have started to evolve ourselves away from that and to be more inclusive in that language. But at the time this is written, that was not the focus. But for our purpose for today, I want to stretch that term to mean humanity, mankind, humanity, all men, everybody. Because if we accept that, if we as Americans understand that is what it says, that it's stretched that far to encompass all humanity, then I want you to really think about what this statement says. On this day that we celebrate the ratification of the document, think about what we said. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Today, our nation is being ripped apart, ravaged by this pointless, senseless, stupid, ongoing debate about equality between races. Why is it even a debate? There should be no inequality, period. there should be no debate. There should be no reason that we disagree. We should see each other as equal humanity, equal people. That is how we should see each other. The wording of the Declaration should be how we see the world around. That we, us, all of us, we hold these truths to be self-evident. That all men are created equal. And they are endowed by their Creator, meaning they are born with. What we're about to say is a birthright statement. This is not given by government. It's not controlled by any group of people. It's not. It's something that can be taken away. It is given by divine right, birth. That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. And that among these, this is not the whole list, folks. This is just the tip of it. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When you really stop and look at what that sentence says, it's an incredibly powerful statement. Incredibly powerful. And it is at the foundation, the cornerstone of everything the United States was built upon. But there are concepts in there, if we ever understood, if we ever fully wrapped our arms around, we've started to forget. We have started to let them slide away, much to our own problem and our own lack. We, all of us, not the leaders in Washington, not the leaders in your state capitol, not the leaders in your city hall. We, us, we the people, as the Constitution would eventually say, we are the ones who need to grab onto that statement in the Declaration of Independence and renew it for ourselves today. That we see these things to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We hold to these truths. That's my challenge for us this July 4th, this Independence Day. Don't let our focus on how proud we are to be Americans, and I am proud. I am very proud to be, with all the problems and the issues and the stress and the strife and the debates and the struggles and with all of that we've got in our nation today, I'm still proud to be an American. This is, in my opinion, this is still the greatest nation on the face of the earth. At the very least, because I get to do stuff like this. You know, there's a lot of countries in the world you couldn't even do something like this. And we have the opportunity here to be able to raise our voice to say when we don't like something. Do you know how many countries in the world wish they could do that without facing death penalties for doing so? Even in our problems, we have it so much better than so many others in the world. And a large reason why we have it better today is because on July 4th, 1776, those men gathered together and they signed their name on a treasonous document declaring their independence from England by saying, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among them are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Hope you've had a wonderful 4th of July, and I'll see y'all next time from my front porch.